Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Elliott Ware. I make a variety of content just about fitness, working out, finances, reading, just a bunch of different topics. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about, more about my college experience as a software engineering major, as a software engineering student at Mississippi State University, where I graduated from. Yeah, I just wanted to make this video to just explain like the software engineering major and field just a little bit more. I have since graduated. I graduated about a year ago, so I've been working now for almost a year. So I really just want to reflect on kind of my thought process picking my major, my thought process kind of going through school and explaining that a little bit more, as well as kind of my experience post-graduation. So if you're interested in stuff like that, more about STEM, software engineering, computer science, stay tuned because we're going to be talking about some pretty interesting stuff. Before we get into it, I ask that you give this video a like if you enjoy it, as well as share a comment for any kind of content that you want to see from me in the future, as well as subscribe for all the future content that I have coming. And yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing we can talk about is why I chose a major. So at the time I was in high school, and like at that time tech was still growing and is still growing to this day, and there's a wide variety of opportunities in the STEM field, and I just wanted to tap into that and go to school for that to learn more about programming, software engineering, things like that, in hopes of just learning a lot, developing skills, and ultimately getting a good job once I graduated. I was always pretty good at math and science, so engineering kind of felt like just a natural field to go into, for school. Also at that time when I was in high school, I kind of just like needed a major because it was like halfway through my senior year and I had to pick something. So that was kind of like mixed into it too. I will say that after kind of going to school for software engineering and really graduating, I wish that when I was in high school, I would have like exposed myself more to just programming languages, programming, development, really just computer science in general in high school, so that way, when I did get to school, I could already kind of know what was going on, because like my first day of college, like my first like computer science class, that was the first exposure I ever had to programming. And it really smacked me in the face, and I kind of struggled with it more because like I hadn't had that exposure like before school. But that's okay. I will just say that if you're interested in going into computer science like as a field, or want to learn more about it, just do some different research. There's a ton of resources out there to learn how to code and program and things like that. Things like Stack Overflow, I believe GS Schools, GitHub. These are great resources to learn how to code, as well as YouTube, obviously. Okay, so to talk about more of just the actual software engineering major experience as it relates to like going to school, a variety of like computer science classes that taught us about a lot of different languages, object-oriented languages such as Python, C++, or C#, more database management languages like SQL, web development, so HTML and PHP. That's one thing I really liked about the MSU software engineering program, was that you got exposure to a wide variety of languages and a wide variety of just computer science concepts from which to pick kind of whatever expertise you want to dive into more. I remember when I was in school, we had to do a lot of labs, which labs are basically kind of weekly assignment sessions where you go into the building and just work on an assignment for like an hour, hour and a half, something like that. And in our software engineering labs, we almost always had to code or do something with kind of programming in some kind of way. In addition to that, sometimes classes would have coding projects throughout the year. These would range from like making an email service to making an online store. So again, wide variety of projects to just like work on, which is something that I really appreciated. They were quite difficult, I'm not even gonna lie to you, but that's the way you learn, as well as the CSE programs teachers were always willing to help, if I had any questions just about the different topics that we were talking about in class. So that's one thing I appreciated as well. In addition to those computer science, software engineering courses, being an engineering major, you had to take the normal standard engineering classes like Cal, chemistry, all that stuff. That was kind of annoying, but hey, it is what it is. I will say for the computer science classes, your CSE classes, team up with classmates if you can. That way you can kind of work together on the projects. This might be obvious, but whatever. Also, the internet is a great resource, and I think I mentioned that earlier. Okay, next we're gonna talk about some of the employment internship opportunities that I was exposed to while being a CSE student at Mississippi State. Internships are a really good way to just get some real world experience, as well as make a little bit of money, you know, working for a company, interning for a company. While I was in school, I had 2 internships. I interned in the summer of 2019 for an institute called ICER, which was the Institute for Systems Engineering Research. And then in the summer of 2021, I interned for C Spire, which is a telecommunications company. If you're from Mississippi, then you know what C Spire is. Interning was a really cool experience, you know, really great way to meet people too, as well as, again, like I said earlier, make a little bit of money, get a little bit of experience, network too. So I appreciated those. And MSU did a really good job of just exposing, I'll say the engineering students, because I can't speak for any of the other colleges, but just to employment opportunities, internships, co-ops are really cool too. I wish I kind of investigated or researched co-ops a little bit more when I was in school, because those are great opportunities as well. Co-ops are basically kind of tri-semester rotations where you go work with a company. I know a bunch of people that participated in co-ops, and you know, they were very successful with it and had a great experience as well. Also, I know of one girl who interned for Amazon. And again, she had a really cool experience. And now when she graduated, she went to work for Amazon, and she's like making bank, so good for her. And again, like I said, you know, the field of opportunities is so much more, even beyond kind of the university standard of teaching. Just the fact that you can do online research for things like computer science, IT, software engineering, and go through these courses like the Google courses to just learn more about the practice in the field, and really learn a lot of different concepts within computer science and software engineering. A word of advice also concerning internships is, you know, if you want to land a good one and a solid one, you know, you really gotta knock out those applications. And you know, honestly, you never do enough applications with internships. You just, in my opinion, you have to apply, and really apply yourself to the process. Also, remote internships are, you know, popping right now as well, and cool too, because you can kind of stay in like your home place and then work remote for a company for your internship. So look into that as well. All right, man. That's a wrap on this video. If you made it to this point, I really appreciate it if you give it a like. Also, share, subscribe for all my future videos, and to just keep up with like all of my previous content. And also share a comment too of just videos you'd like to see me talk about, make, fitness, reading, finance, whatever. Again, I appreciate you watching to this point in the video.